Namaste everyone. Welcome to first lecture of lines and angles. This is Rajesh Verma. We will start our chapter with basic terms and definitions. So the first definition or the first term what we will see is a line segment. The first term which we are going to see is a line segment. Now what is a line segment? The line having two ends, we can say, is called a line segment. So this AB is a line segment. It has end at both the ends. Second is a ray. At one end we have end, and at the other end we have arrow which indicates that it is increasing in this direction. The arrow end indicates that it is increasing in a particular direction. So this AB here, in this case AB is a ray. Third term is a line. So line, it extends in both the direction. So we find arrowhead at both the ends. So for a line segment we have end point at both the ends. For a ray we have arrow at one end which indicates it is extending in this particular direction, and a line, it has end at both the ends, and this indicates that it is extending in both the direction. So all these things you already have learned in your previous standards. Fourth term is collinear point. Now what is collinear point? Three or more points which are present on the same line, they are called collinear point. So if point A, point B, point C, all these 3 points they are on the same line, then we will call that point A, B, C are collinear point. So for collinear point we should have 3 or more than 3 points on the same line. Fifth is non-collinear point. So as we define collinear point, you can easily define non-collinear point. So what is non-collinear point? The points which are not on the same line are called non-collinear point. So suppose I have point A here, point B somewhere here, I have point C here. So then in this case point A, B and C, they are non-collinear points. So line segment, okay, having end at both the, having two ends, okay, a ray having only one end, and a line having no end at both the sides, it is extending indefinitely. Collinear point, so 3 or more point which are in a line, they are called collinear point. And non-collinear point, if 3 or more than 3 points they are not present on the same line, then they are called non-collinear point. Now let us see some angles. So types of angle. Types of angles. Before that you should know what is an angle. Yes, what is an angle? Two rays having a common end point or having a common point forms an angle. So this is an angle ABC. So we can write this angle ABC as angle ABC, or simply we write angle B. So this common end point, at this common end point we describe an angle. So angle ABC, when I am saying ABC, I am talking about this angle. So types of angles, n types of angles. First let us see what is mean by acute angle. Acute angle. So an angle which is more than 0 degree, an angle, suppose here we have an angle theta, okay. So generally angle we denote with symbol like theta or phi. As in algebra we use alphabet x, y, in the same way we can use angles as theta, unknown angle. This is an unknown angle, its value could be anything. So when this angle is greater than 0 and less than 90 degree, we call this as acute angle. So here angle ABC, what you are seeing is an acute angle. Second is right angle. So right angle, when angle is 90 degree. 90 degree means one ray is perpendicular to other ray. Perpendicular means making an angle of 90 degree. So when the angle is 90 degree, we use this symbol, one straight line horizontal and one vertical line. It defines a right angle. So here in this case angle ABC is a right angle. So for right angle, your angle, suppose this angle B is theta, I am indicating with theta. So theta is 90 degree. Third is obtuse. Obtuse angle, when angle is more than 90 degree, like this, angle A, B, C. Here this angle is more than 90 degree. Now you can use protractor, okay, to get an idea about what an angle is less than 90 degree, what an angle is equals to 90 degree, what angle is greater than 90 degree. So obtuse angle, here your angle, suppose this angle is theta, then this theta is more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. So when angle is greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree, it is obtuse angle. Fourth is straight angle. So straight angle, what happens in case of straight angle? This is one ray and this is another ray. So they are just opposite of each other. So this is our point, say B, this is point A and this is point C. So here angle ABC. Now this angle ABC, this is a straight line. So when it is forming a straight line, we call this as a straight angle, and the measure of this straight angle is 180 degree. So you know what is the measure of this straight angle? The measure of this straight angle is 180 degree. Fifth angle is angle greater than 180 degree, that we call as reflex angle. So next type is reflex angle. Now reflex angle is something like this, okay. Now here with ray OA and OB, we get two angles. One angle is this, which is less than 180 degree, and at the same time we will get one angle which is this, which is greater than 180 degree. So whenever two rays are meeting, whenever we are finding angle, then we have two conditions. One side we have angle less than 180 degree and on the other side we have angle more than 180 degree. So the portion which is more than 180 degree is called reflex angle. So here reflex angle, we have angle greater than 180 degree, angle is greater than 180 degree and it is less than 360 degree. So this is your reflex angle. We write reflex angle as reflex angle AOB, okay. So when I say angle AOB, then I am talking about angle which is less than 180 degree. But when I say reflex angle AOB, that means I am talking about an angle which is more than 180 degree. So angle more than 180 degree and less than 360 degree is called reflex angle. We can define one more angle, that is called complete angle. Complete angle, that means this ray AO, okay, we rotate this ray AO. When we rotate in a straight way, that is opposite to each other, it becomes a straight angle. Then when we rotate further, it becomes reflex angle, and after rotating, when we again come to the same line, that is my OC will, or OB, I will say that OB will lie on the same line, then the angle which I get at the center, okay, that angle is called complete angle. And for complete angle, the measure of angle is 360 degree. And finally we can define zero angle also. So zero angle and this complete angle both look same, okay. In zero angle, this is our ray OA, and ray OB will also lie in the same line, okay. That is, this ray OA is not rotating at all, then we have zero angle. So the measure of zero angle is 0 degree. So we have zero angle where measure is 0 degree. We have acute angle where measure is less than 90 degree. We have right angle where the measure is 90 degree. We have obtuse angle where the measure is more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. We have straight angle where the angle is 180 degree. We have reflex angle where the angle is more than 180 and less than 360 degree. And we have complete angle where angle is 360 degree. So these are the different types of angles which we already know. Now adjacent angle. Next topic is adjacent angle. What do you mean by adjacent angle? So here in adjacent angle we are talking about two angles. When in two angle we have one ray common, okay, angles are formed by rays. So this is angle AOB. Now if I draw one more angle by taking this OB as my first arm and OC, say OC as second arm, then I have one more angle, angle BOC. So here I got two angles, angle AOB, okay, this is angle 1, and angle BOC, this is angle 2. In fact, you can say that we have three angles. One angle is angle AOC. So here we have three angles. One angle is angle AOB. One angle is angle BOC. And one more angle is angle AOC. Now this angle AOB and angle BOC, we call them as adjacent angle, and we define adjacent angles as two angles which have a common vertex. So if this point is called vertex, have a common vertex, two angles having a common vertex and one common ray or one common arm, we can say one common ray, and other two rays on either side of the common ray. So three conditions. One is that two angles, they should have a common vertex. Second, they should have a common ray. And third, they should have non-common rays on either side of the common ray. That means the common ray should be between the two other rays. Okay. So by that definition, angle AOB and angle BOC, they are adjacent angle. So I will say that angle AOB and angle BOC, they are adjacent angles. Now what about angle AOB and angle AOC? Angle AOB and angle AOC, are they adjacent angle? Angle AOB and angle AOC, are they adjacent angle? Yes or no? No, they are not adjacent angle. Why? In angle AOB and angle AOC, if you see, you will find there is a common vertex O. So first condition, one condition is satisfied. We have a common ray also, that is AO. So AO arm is common. But other two arms are on the same side, they are not on the opposite side of the common arm. So therefore angle AOB and angle AOC, they are not adjacent angle. Okay. Now one more thing, that the sum of these two adjacent angle, that is angle AOB plus angle BOC, sum of these two adjacent angle will be equals to angle AOC. So the sum of two adjacent angle is equals to angle formed by non-common arms, or we can say that non-common rays. So angle AOB and angle BOC, they are adjacent angle and their total is equals to angle AOC. Okay, I hope you have understood what we mean by adjacent angles. Okay, three conditions you have to see for angle to be adjacent angle. Okay, now let us see again a very important topic called angle in linear pair or linear pair angles. I will say that linear pair angles. Now what we mean by linear pair angles? Adjacent angles are said to be linear pair angle when the non-common arm, so say we have angle AOB, okay, and we have one more angle in such a way that the non-common arms form a straight line. So this angle BOC, say here point C is there. So angle AOB and angle BOC, if you see, these two angles are also adjacent angle, but here a special thing is happening, that sum of these two angles is 180 degree, right? What special thing is happening? That is the sum of these two angles is 180 degree because we are getting a straight line. Here we are getting angle AOB plus angle BOC. This is equals to angle AOC. Angle AOB plus angle BOC is equals to angle AOC, right? This is by the property of adjacent angle which we have learned just now. But this angle AOC, as it is a straight line, we say that this is 180 degree. We have seen that straight angle, okay, where we are getting a straight line. So angle AOB plus angle BOC is 180 degree. Therefore these two angles AOB and BOC, they form a linear pair angle. Next topic or next definition what we do is vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angle, okay. So when two lines intersect each other, when we have two lines intersecting each other like this is one line and this is another line, okay, they are intersecting each other. Now if I name them, let us say this is line AB and this is line CD, and they are intersecting each other at point B. They are intersecting each other at point, let us say, we say that this is point O. So they are intersecting at point O. Now what you say about angle AOC? angle AOC and angle COB or BOC. This is one pair of angle. Pair of angle means two angles. This is one pair of angle. Here angle AOC and angle BOC, what you can say about them? These two angles are angles in linear pair, right? This is what? Linear pair angle. Right? In the same way, angle AOC and angle AOD. Angle AOC and this angle AOD. What do you say about these two angles? Now again you will find that AOC and AOD, we have vertex O common, we have ray OA common and non-common sides on opposite sides, and they are forming a straight line. So again these two are linear pair angle. Right? So when two lines are intersecting, we are getting linear pair angle. And let us talk about this angle, special angle AOC and angle BOD. Now what you say about angle AOC and BOD? Are they linear pair angle? Surely not. We are talking about this angle. One angle is this and other angle is this angle. They are not linear pair angle. They are called, we give them a special name called vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angle. So I have given one pair of vertically opposite angle. Can you give me one more pair of vertically opposite angle in this diagram? Yes? Angle AOD, if you take this angle AOD and angle BOC, what you say about this angle AOD and angle BOC? These two pairs? Yes, one angle I am talking about this angle and one angle I am talking about this angle. What do you say about these two angles? They are also vertically opposite angles. Yes? So I hope now you are clear with adjacent angle, linear pair angle and vertically opposite angle. So adjacent angle, right, we have one common vertex, one common arm and non-common arms or on either side of the common arm. We have seen that sum of two adjacent angle is equals to angle, measure of angle formed by non-common arm, that is AOB plus BOC is equals to angle AOC. Linear pair angle, when the non-common arms they form a straight line, then in that case we call adjacent angle as linear pair angle. And vertically opposite angle, so when angles are opposite to each other or when we have two lines crossing each other and the angles are not forming linear pair, then definitely they are forming vertically opposite angles. Now one more term which we know is intersecting line. Okay, yes, what do you mean by intersecting line? Two lines, okay, which cross each other at some point, they are called intersecting lines. So this is intersecting line and we have non-intersecting line. This is also called as parallel lines, okay, non-intersecting lines, or we say that parallel lines. So when two lines, they are never touching each other. Okay, they are never touching each other. Then in that case we call these two lines as parallel lines. We will discuss one more term here, that is pair of angles. Okay, one more topic. What is it? Pair of angles. Now pair of angles means we are talking about two angles. Okay, so whenever we are talking about two angles at the same time, then they are considered as pair of angles. Now few pair of angles are like complementary angle. What is complementary angle? Yes? Any idea? Yes, what you are thinking is right. When the sum of two angles is 90 degree. So if we have one angle, say ABC, and I have another angle, there is no need that they are adjacent angle. They could be different angles also. So suppose ABC and PQR. We have two different angles and their sum is 90 degree. Then we call these two angles as complementary angle. Then we have one more angle, supplementary angle. What is supplementary angle? Yes? Again you are right. What you said, that if sum of two angles, that is angle ABC plus let us again say PQR, if the sum of two angle is 180 degree, then we call those two angles as supplementary angles. Okay, so we have in pair of angle, we have one pair that is complementary angle and we have another pair that is supplementary angle. Now one more pair we have just seen, that is adjacent angle. There is no need to describe what is adjacent angle, as we have just seen. One more pair we have seen, what is that? Linear pair angle. This also we have just discussed. And one more pair we have discussed, that is vertically opposite angle. Okay, vertically opposite angle. So these are few basic terms in this particular chapter. So what different terms we have seen? We have seen what we mean by line segment, what is a ray, what is a line, what we mean by collinear points, non-collinear point, what are different types of angle, that is acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle. We have seen two more angles, that is zero angle and complete angle. We have understood what we mean by adjacent angles, what we mean by linear pair angles, what we mean by vertically opposite angles, what are non-parallel lines and parallel lines, that is what are intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines, and what are different pairs of angle like a complementary angle, supplementary angle, angles in linear pair, adjacent angles, vertically opposite angle, etc. Now we discuss two more terms. One is axiom. Okay, what is axiom? So axiom is a statement which we accept as true, a statement accepted as true. So we accept that the statement is true, so that statement in mathematics is called axiom, and one more term is theorem. Now theorem is again, it is a statement in mathematics that can be proved to be true by some reasoning. So theorem is what? It is a statement in mathematics. Now axiom is also a statement in mathematics, okay, that can be proved. Now here In axiom it is accepted as true, and in theorem we prove a statement in mathematics that can be proved by some reasoning. Can be proved to be true, okay, can be proved by reasoning. So axiom and theorem. Now in next lecture we will discuss, okay, in detail about axioms and theorems. We will see few axioms, that is we are going to see few statement which we accept as true, and we will see some theorems also, that is the statements which we prove them to be true by reasoning, by giving statements or by using axioms. Okay, I hope you understand all the basic terms. If you have any doubt, okay, you can again watch the video or you can contact me for clarification. Thank you.